So we already seen on the Sweets website, it has a little quote from you saying in 2017, you had this idea, you wanted to push yourself, but like, what was the exact point? You know, you referenced that you wanted to continuously play a single kendama and you also wanted to push the Sweets team a little bit, but what was there like a breaking point or some eureka moment?
Well, I kind of remember the eureka moment. I don't exactly know what happened, but like I was at a bar with some friends. We were watching like some NFL like playoff game or something. And whether it was a commercial or a sign I saw or something, but like the idea was like 28 days later, 28 months later, whatever those movies are, the zombie movies.
Oh, yes, yes.
For some reason, it just clicked with me like February. And I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing. Like that's a cool little like hashtag, I guess. And the really, I mean, you kind of covered it. The two motivations were playing with one kendama for more than like a week, and then like getting like the pro team at the time, which was like Max Norcross, Wayne Penniman, Cooper Reddy. And like, I swear the biggest motivation is like, as a pro kendama player, we get kendamas all the time, like way too often. And you play with, or at least me personally, I'll play with a kendama for like a week and then get another one and move on. And you forget, kendamas get really, really honed when you play with them for a long time, and it's just the best. So I was really excited and really motivated just to take one kendama, break it in really well, and like see what I could do over a month. And I remember the dama I used from 2018, like I still have, and it's still really honed, you know? So like it pays off. Because far too often, you know, I break an kendama just enough and then I move on. So I just wanted to play with something and get it really honed and film some tricks and push myself. You know, kendama has always been a challenge for me, and I guess kind of why I still do it, to be challenged. And no better way to challenge yourself than a daily, you know, exercise in a way.
Yeah, yeah. Did you find yourself maybe not putting in the effort, even though you were like switching whatever, you got a new setup every week? Like, what was the push? Or did you feel like other people in the team were being lazy or something? That's why you wanted to, you know? I
mean, as a kendama teammate, I always think everyone can always push themselves a little harder, you know? So I think back then it was just like, let's get more content on Instagram, you know? Let's see what we can do and like push our personal limits and hopefully motivate other people to push their limits too. Because like I said, kendama has always been about challenging myself and pushing myself to something I know, like, or something I thought I couldn't do, and then I can end up doing it. And like that was true like 13 years ago, and it's true today, you know?
Okay. Nice. That's true. But yeah, because you guys, especially being sponsored and stuff, like just like I'm like, you guys must have too many.
If I had never given away a kendama, I'd have like easily over 1,000, you know, like not even like I have to count like easily. And even now I still probably have like 300 or 400. It's ridiculous. It's like, even just like behind me, that these are all just like, most of those just sit there. And those are the ones I actually play with too, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You got your display ones, you got the storage ones, and you got your jammers, like one in the car and shit. I love seeing like the Gallaghers like break out like an old design.
The things of just like pulling out some kendama from like 3 years ago and doing like great tricks on it. Like putting together a setup, you know? Like we don't even do that as much as we used to, because we just all the time.
New one, especially man, Sweets and Chrome. Those two companies right now have been at release war every week. It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, shout out any kendama company for doing that, because I know how hard it is. And Sweets is good at it, and Chrome is like right there doing it too now.
Exactly. Cool. Yeah, the scheduling must have been insane. Okay, what were your personal pleasures of doing the whole month and dislikes of it?
So the pleasures were getting to really actually see yourself level up in whatever way that was. In 2018, I actually finally got good at like inward stilt tricks and inward stilt flips, and finally landed my first 1, 2, 3 in my quad and stuff. And if it weren't for 28 tricks later, I still would have probably never done that, you know? So you get to see this like actual progression. It's documented, it's there, and it happens pretty quickly too. I know Josh Grove one year, like one of his first tricks of the month was like double border split. And then by the end of the month, he got a triple border split, you know? So it's real, it happened, and you can like keep yourself accountable in a way, which is super cool. The part I don't like about it is you have to film a trick every day, you know? It's exhausting. Like back then, like having my job, coming home from work, like making dinner, like working out, whatever I was doing that night, and then still filming a trick. You know, and especially those days where you don't land the trick as quickly as you'd like to. And
Right.
you know, in there just contemplating, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this? But you know, you always make it work. And that's the goal. You always just commit the time and the effort and make it happen.
Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people in the community, possibly more with the pros, depending on the personality, you want always the next trick that you do to be better than the last. There's that mentality that's pretty strong and can be deterring people from posting more. So having this challenge of doing it every day can be really stressful for some people, I believe. So how did you take it personally?
So each day was a little bit different. I mean, I'm one of those really critical kendama players, like of myself, where I definitely wanted to do like a new trick every day, a trick I had not done before. And I did that like most of the time. But the days I settled, but like settle's not even the right words. Like you still do something and it's still an accomplishment. It's like, it's about the time and it's about kind of the routine and just pushing yourself to do it. That's the ultimate goal. You know, if you land brand new tricks you've never landed before, that's like a bonus. But if you just kind of create the commitment and also like just kind of connect with kendama again that way, because everyone has crazy lives and everyone's busy and we all play kendama when we can. But if you actually make it a real part of your day, it kind of, you connect with it again on a different level.
Yes.
That's really what it's about. Just like playing more kendama, because any kendama player knows that playing kendama makes us happy.
Yeah.
What's better than being happy, you know?
Right. What else are we here for? What do you think about the people who kind of sway away from the original idea of it? I know also on the Sweets, the blog, the recent one that explains it, you did specifically mention, you know, and right now kind of leveling up, doing a trick that you've never done before. What do you think about the people who are taking it in a different light? Example, like I'm doing that like right now, I'm just focusing on spikes. And my whole goal is to show people that there is more than just one way to pull up spike.
Yeah, like that's the thing. There's no, like at this point, there are no rules. Like I love seeing everyone's take on it. Like one year, Josh Grove did like 28 hippie flips later. One year, Ben Harrell did 28 goon circles later.
Yeah, I did the flamingo one-legged. Yeah.
Yeah, people do opposite hands. That's the best part, because in kendama, there really are no rules or no structure to any of this stuff. So like if you have an idea and you want to explore it, like let's do it. You know, I love seeing everyone's take on it. And ultimately it's all about whatever the player wants to do with their personal journey. Because there's so much to be accomplished and taken or I guess appreciated by playing kendama every day for a month and filming a trick. So whatever your journey, I'm here for it.
All right. Let's go over to like the things to possibly avoid that people should avoid doing, possibly avoid feeling, because, you know, the stress can come in. Everyone's got their daily lives and stuff. What are some things that you got?
If it's stressing you out to the point where you're like anxious or actually very, very stressed, then like, hey, take a day off. Hey, no one's to mark you for it. It's all, you know, it's a personal kind of journey. You know, just do what you can. And if you make it, great. If you don't make it, also great. Like Willie P would do it one year and only make it like 6 days. But you know what? That was 6 days of Willie P clips that we got to see that we wouldn't have seen if it didn't happen, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like, I did it only 2 years and I did every day for those 2 years. And like, that's kind of why I haven't done it since then. One, I just like, my work life is crazy, but two, I don't want to fail, you know? If I'm going to do it again, I want to like be able to commit and fully do it. But even if you can't commit and fully do it, just do what you can and see how you feel afterwards.
Okay. What should people do after February?
Buy a new kendama.
Clear me up for the coupon code.
Yeah, no, I mean, after that, it's like, reflect on the month and see what you've done. And after that, it's like, I definitely played with my 28 tricks later setup for a while. After that, landed some great tricks, you know? So keep playing kendama and maybe take a little break from the daily grind, but kind of see what kind of progress you made and what inspiration you had, and hold on to that and see how you can use it for the future, and just, you know, keep playing kendama and keep doing it how you like. Like I said, there's no rules to anything. If you're exhausted for the month of February after that, then don't play kendama for a month. I don't care. Just do what makes you happy And whether that's kendama every day or whenever you feel like it, all good.
Exactly. Since again, it's a personal thing, a personal challenge. And I know like Sweets on all the SNS, the social and stuff, they definitely, all caps that just to remind everyone that, there's no prizes. There's nothing you get out of it. It's just full 100% personal. I've been a part of a few like month or daily art challenges where the art community has a lot of different styles of these things too. And it's stressful. And everyone, especially creatives, have that sense of like, if I'm going to do it, I got to go 100% or like just not do it at all. And I really don't want to fail too. Yeah, I think so many people. So that it's that balancing act that we all have to work on. And I think that's one really awesome thing that hopefully maybe not everybody does, but I think there's a handful of people who do start to work on that balance of perfectionism, which actually isn't such a great thing. It's like, let's just get stuff done, because if only by getting things done, you're going to progress. Because if you just say, I've got to wait until it's perfect, shit's never going to be perfect.
Yep.
So that's really one thing I really like to like highlight about the 28 tricks later. I think that is like kind of an underlying thing. Yeah.
Like I remember one of the tricks I posted one year, like it was a crazy first try thing and I didn't spike it, but I felt the accomplishment I kind of wanted for the day, and I was satisfied even though I didn't spike it. And I said, "Oh well, that's the trick, man."
Yeah,
whatever.
Right.
We're here to put in the time and play some kendama.
Lighthouse 3-second rule. It's good. I'm good. I'm satisfied. I'm putting it down. Sleeping. Happy tonight.
Everyone's biggest critic in this whole thing is going to be themselves. It's like just do what you want, and if people like your tricks, great. If they don't like your tricks, that's mean. But hey, just play kendama.
All right, last one, dude. What do you get out of seeing it grow to what it's become?
I just have this overwhelming feeling of like satisfaction, knowing that every month and every year in the month of February, there's this many more people playing kendama every single day. I know the hashtag should hit 100,000 posts this year after 6 years. So that's pretty cool. And I hope that the whole idea hopefully inspires people to just play more kendama and push themselves, challenge themselves, and ultimately just have more fun every day.
How much more time do you think you spend on Instagram because of all the clips that are coming through?
I said this to my fiance yesterday. I was like, my Instagram feed is nuts right now. Like on Instagram, I like keeping up. Like I mostly follow kendama players. I like keeping up with like the tricks that are being added and seeing what kind of the evolution of tricks are doing. And this month, it's so hard to keep up because there's so many tricks every day from so many of my favorite players. So definitely on Instagram, way more than I should be. But hey, I get to see cool kendama tricks. So
yeah,
I'm not losing anything besides, I guess, time dedicated to productive things.
Right. Especially like us, like old heads from back in the day when it was like a title. If you got that trick up first that no one else has done, no one else has posted. So it's like, you got to check, did someone else do that? But now it's one drop in an ocean.
And I still try to do that. It's like my like new edit that dropped, I guess last night.
Yes.
The trick I did at the end, I was talking to Ben Harold about it. He's like, "Oh yeah, someone did that to stilt." I'm like, "Cool." thought I was original again. Nope.
Took you down.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, like my favorite part about like the old days is like kendama videos. You go to YouTube and type in kendama, then go to most recently uploaded. And that's how you saw the latest and greatest,
Yeah.
And now we're here and kendama's everywhere and it's fantastic.
Exactly. It's grown, it's changing, but we're still following that crazy truck of it. Dude, good shit on this new legend mod too, that edit.
Appreciate it.
I commented on the YouTube and I was like, whoever decided to change the ratio from 6 to like an old school tube. Oh
yeah, no, I mean, I really had a lot of like influences on making the video. One, I was watching like 1980s like commercials.
Yeah.
I listened to like 200 different synthwave songs on Spotify to find the one that really kind of worked. And even like the aspect ratio changed
Yeah, dude.
division, the Disney Plus show, the Marvel show, they do that really well. And
Okay.
and that was like straight out the inspiration, like changing the vibe and the theme really quickly and just trying to convey like a vibe. And I think people like kind of see it. They see the vibe, you know?
Yeah. Adding the noise as well, like that grain to it. So it's not so crispy.
Yeah. I mean, and George Marshall was able to take everything I was telling him and kind of wrap it all into the video and make it beautiful. So he's I love working with him. We always do fun stuff.